Now that we have our image in our preview, everything's all set and good to go, let's add some alteration. Now I just added this draw function where it tells the image that, or tells the code that if the mouse is pressed equals true. So that means if the mouse, if it is true that the mouse is pressed, then filter or apply this filter, erode. If the mouse is not pressed, so else if, filter, dilate. And this is what it looks like. So you'll see that it's starting to dilate, and now I'm holding my mouse and it's eroding. And again, so going kind of back and forth between being clicked and not being clicked, and get kind of a cool effect that you can play with. And then when I'm happy with it, we have it saved here. Now this assignment is going to be just kind of messing with the different filters. I'm specifically using erode and dilate. So if the mouse is clicked, do this filter. If the mouse is not, when I say clicked, I mean it's being pressed, it's being held down. If the mouse is pressed, use erode filter. If it is not, use this filter. I want you guys to check out the filters in the reference page. There's a couple different filters here that you can use a different combination of. And we should also keep in mind there are sometimes parameters to certain filters. So for, what do I have? Erode and dilate. So erode does not have a parameter. Blur has a parameter, and that tells it to what degree or what level it will execute this blur filter. Dilate does not have a parameter. Posterize does. Invert does not. Opaque, gray, threshold. So up here it will tell you if there is a parameter that you can or should or need to include. For example, threshold will use a 0.5 parameter if it is not specified. If you put in a 0, it will be black, 1.0 white. So you can use somewhere between 0 and, or 1, how do I say this? From 0 to 1. So all the decimal, the 10th decimal place in between. So 0.1, 0.2, 3, 4, 5, up to 0.9, and then 1. So grayscale does not have a parameter. Posterize, the parameter must be between 2 and 255. So what that would look like, it needs to be between 2 and 255. Let's do 40. See what that looks like. Oh. Let's do 255. Actually, let's switch these. So it's dilating and I'm posterizing. All right. So yeah, that is the assignment. I will have this code available for you guys. Mess with the filters. If there's a parameter, make sure you include that. And then save a couple different previews of your image. So I would just like mess with these and then and then save them and then state which filters you used for the if else statement. So yeah, that should wrap up our basics assignment, and get you kind of introduced to some really basic level generative design.